All right. What's going on, everybody? It's our first ever episode of GTTP. Get to the point. It is the show about your explanation of the biggest, probably, debates known to man out there. I mean, we have it all here, and I can't wait to get this show started. We have the panelists all involved with us here today. So why don't we get right to it? We will introduce our panelists. First, let's start off with John Turner. John, pleasure to have you here with the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, there we go. I got my man, Steve Murray is with us too as part of the panel.
Good evening, Jim.
All right. And also Mr. Godzilla Media himself here is with us as well.
Hello. Here I am.
All right. Excellent. So, all right. The whole point of this show now is I'm going to bring up either a point or a question. You guys are going to give us your honest opinion, but you have 30 seconds to give it all, and you will be awarded points throughout this thing. Now, I can mute you after 30 seconds. I can, buzz you. I can do whatever I kind of want to you guys and terrorize you if I want, depending on what it is. I allow you guys points, and the only way to get the points is to get to your point here. So let's start off here with the first question, and I'm going to hand it off to let's go with John Turner first here. Let's put John Turner on this spot here for this first question. All right, here we go. First question, John. Who's the best quarterback currently playing in the NFL right now? Here you go. You got 30 seconds.
I'm going to go with the big boy up in Buffalo, 6'4", 200 and forever pounds. The guy can move pretty quickly. He's very agile for his size. He can throw the ball 70 feet on a frozen rope from his knees in a wheelchair. It doesn't matter. He does have some weapons that are helping him out. But look, this guy is big, strong, hasn't missed a whole lot of games, if any at all, that I recall. If I were to draft a quarterback draft and I had the #1 overall pick, I'm taking Josh Allen.
All right, there. Perfect. You got right within the limit too as well. Josh Allen, I like it. That's good. That's fresh. That's new. Josh Allen, again, that up and coming type of quarterback here, the new breed kind of, I guess you would go with the NFL, where you've got your Patrick Mahomes, your Lamar Jacksons here, a lot of the younger kids that are into the NFL right now, really connecting with this guy. So that's a really good example right there. All right, next we'll go with, how about Gaz on this one here? Gaz, you got 30 seconds.
I already feel like my answer is not going to be impressive. Did John do that with a lip in his mouth? That was incredible. He's sitting there chewing, doing the answer, and then drinking. My answer already stinks. That was impressive enough. Aaron Rodgers would be my answer, by the way. I must have missed Josh Allen's Super Bowl appearance, although fantastic, great fantasy numbers and everything else. Aaron Rodgers, MVP, Super Bowl champion, weird yoga stuff he does. He's now dating a magician or a wizard. Aaron Rodgers, I did it without a dip in my mouth.
I know, and I see the Aaron Rodgers too as well, because for me, for my money too, he is still being productive, even though you've got the antics on the side or whatnot. He is getting dabbling into the whole herbal type of thing now. So you see the way he's growing his hair out, and he's when he had, when COVID came on, he's telling everybody that he's immunized, right? And then what he did, he talked to his special buddy, AKA his drug dealer.
Winners don't use drugs. And
he went to him and said, "Hey, what do you got herbal that can help me here? That will immunize me." And the guy hooked him up, and now he's got this ayahuasca stuff. That now he's tripping balls here, and it's supposed to help him be a better quarterback. But I think that's pretty amazing here. So that's a good one right there too for you as well. Now, Steve Murray, what do we got here? You're on the spot. You got 30 seconds.
I'm going with the little-known late-round pick, Tom Brady. I'm going to still go with Tom Brady, being 45 years old. Our lives are very similar, our ages, our stature, amount of money we make. I mean, he's a winner, I'm a winner, and I actually root for him being a Giants fan because I'm like, Eli Manning beat him 2 times, so I want him to even reach higher heights of amazing records. And still, the guy throws for 5,000 yards and 40-plus touchdowns, and he's always in it to the end. So TB12.
All right, there you go, Tom Brady. All right, so if you look at the points now here, it was a close one here, but John Turner gets round 1. John Turner's right there with Josh Allen.
Deservedly so, by the way. Deservedly so.
Absolutely, he's excited about that. And again, for my money, again, I'm looking at it. I still say Aaron Rodgers because again, the way he's been performing is nice, but I understand the Josh Allen too as well. Patrick Mahomes, again, I'm surprised I didn't hear a little bit of that, but I think I'm very critical of Patrick Mahomes in certain aspects too. I think he still has a little more growing. I think people try to crown a little too quick, but I like it. I like the answers too, and I got a lot of different answers, which is great too as well. So all right, let's get to the next one, and we'll start off with how about Gaz first? All right, Gaz, you have 30 seconds, and here's the question. One of the biggest questions everybody faces: what makes a better pet, a cat or a dog?
Oh, I gotta open with this. I am like the worst pet person around. Like this is the biggest knock on me. I'm awful with dogs. I'm awful with cats. Goldfish isn't a response here. I can't go with hamster. I can't go with rock. I guess I'll go with dog. But I feel like I should be the first one in the history of the show to be muted. This is not a specialty for me. Dog.
Yeah, no, that was pretty pathetic. There you go. I mean, I just missed it. There you go. So, yeah, that was pretty bad. You know, for your first 2 questions here, you did a lot of just yammering before you got to your point even. You know, you got 10 clear seconds of yammering and then 20 seconds of complaining about what you might say. You see?
No, it's going to be my shtick. I was going to do that.
It's great though, absolutely, guys. But dog, he says dog just because. And is it that you just hate pets, or you just hate cats and dogs?
Just never grew up with them. Just had goldfish. Never was a pet family.
Yeah.
So when the
fish are easy,
cat comes around, what do I do?
Absolutely.
What do I do with my hands?
Yep. Again, I think this is just one of those questions that's one of those hot topic questions. You have your dog people who are absolutely in love with dogs that would make out with them and sleep with them and everything else. And then the cats, you know, people love the cats. So, all right, let's move on next. Let's go to, how about Steve? Steve, you've got 30 seconds. Cats or dogs? What you like?
Time for your pointless point, and we're going with the Kadog, which is going to be coming out next year, courtesy of Meta and Zuckerberg. He's morphing them together, so you have the best of both worlds. You get the clean tongue of the dog, you get the purr of the cat, and you also don't always have to walk your cat outside to do its duty. So the Kadog coming out next year, courtesy of Meta and Facebook. Look for it on Amazon too as well. Happy holidays.
Man. Always, you're sharp with it every single time. I gotta give you that much though. The dog. All right. It's funny that I thought maybe some of you guys might have even like a diehard answer on this. It might be if Joe is here, like he was supposed to be, you know, maybe he would have a stronger opinion because he has both. So I'm wondering what he would side with, you know, on this one. All right, let's go to John here on this one. Now, what do you think? What's a better pet, a cat or a dog?
Well, first of all, a dog can fetch your slippers or fetch the newspaper for you. A cat will only fetch you a dead bird or a mouse here and there. They require these scratch towers and doilies to help them play with and stuff like that. A dog, you just throw the dog a bone, okay? They both shit. You got to clean up after both of them. But let's get one thing straight. If you leave your steak dinner on the table and the dog gets up on the table after you leave the room to go get the salt and pepper, it'll feel guilty and go run and hide when you come back and find out that your meal is gone. But if a cat gets on the table and starts eating your food, when you come back into the room, it'll be like, what? I choose dogs.
Boom. Wow. That
didn't even need the clock either.
No, I know. I forgot the clock here, but he had me intrigued. See, that's what it is. It's just like, I'm like, man, see, when John Turner speaks, I listen, I think that's what it is. And he's got the knowledge about it all and the different aspects to even bring up the steak about leaving it there. And I always wanted a dog when I was little. Never got a chance to get my cats. My parents never got me a dog. They were like, oh, let's get the cat. So I was a cat person. Now my family, they wanted a dog. I've told them, absolutely, you're not getting a dog. Worst thing, something else is going to happen before I get this dog. Well, I broke down and eventually got a dog for everybody, right? And after I said, you guys are going to poop it, you're going to walk it, you're going to do everything, and now the dog loves me, right? So now I'm stuck with a cat and a dog here, and I see both sides. I love the cats because, yes, like John Turner said, they sit around and lay around. They're easy. They're softer too. They're easy to pet, easy to manage. They go poop in their own little area as long as they don't have some weird nervous type of thing where they need to be hooked on meds. They use the litter box. Dogs, you have to take them out, walk them, poop them every now and then. They're all up in your grill wanting some more love or whatever ends up being. But John Turner, I think, sold me on that one with the fact that I can actually even walk away from the steak, and my dog probably will learn that he is not to go anywhere near that steak. He will sit there, and if I give him permission to go get the steak, then he will get the steak. The cat wants to do it. Cat's just going to do it. And, he just thinks that he's cute and furry, so he can just get away with it and whatever, screw you. So that's the way cats are. They're adorable, but they are really dickheads. So
my cat's on CBD oil. True story.
There you go. Yeah, nice. I love it. All right. So if I tally up the points again, it's going to John Turner again. John Turner wins round 2 as well. Man, look at this. Power and strong through this one. All right, here we go. Next on to the third question here. This one, I had a hard debate with some people that I work with and others that I've talked to in circles, because a lot of us, we're older guys, but we remember older video games we'd play still. Some of us still play video games too as well. All right. But we love sports as well too. So for this question here, is esports really a sport? I've had this debate with people about even professional Rocket League players being athletes. And I wanted to punch them in the goddamn face, because there's nothing athletic about holding a controller or a mouse and keyboard and performing flips in the air on a screen. They are not an athlete. But this is not the discussion right here. We're going into esports now. And they call it, the esports. There's teams competing, Madden, everything else, other games, Fortnite. But is it really a sport? So let's go to Steve Murray first now, the video game guy who is the DJ for Knockout City. Steve, 30 seconds.
Yes,
Esports.
rumor has it that Knockout City is a part of the esports division now too, but that's just a rumor.
Yes.
My pointless points are esports sports. Is chess a sport? Think about it. So
No.
I will say esports are sports, but they do not have athletes, which is contradicting everything involving a sport. But there's competition, there's winners, there's losers, there are trophies to be won, there's money to be won. Hence, sports. Can you bet on it? Yes, you can bet on it, just like a lot of sports now. So yes, they are sports.
Okay. All right. So that's your point here. Okay. Excellent. I can see that. I can listen to that. I mean, but Harry, let's go to Gaz here on this one. Gaz, you have 30 seconds. Esports, is it a sport or not?
As a non-traditional media host, I've completely changed my opinion on esports over the last 2 years. The answer is yes, it is a sport. Look, these guys can pack Madison Square Garden. Think about that for a second. And I'll even go as far as their athletes. They got to use their hand-eye coordination. They have to compete against people. They start to sweat. This is a real thing. 20, 30, 40,000 people will watch people play video games. It's hard for another generation to understand, but we watch sports just like esports fans do. So yes, a sport.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. He says it is because they pack arenas and people that watch it. Competitions win money. Same thing that Steve had said. John, let's talk some sense into these guys, will you?
Yeah, let's just pump the brakes, Labani. Chess, Ouija boards, tarot cards, poker. None of these things are sports, all right? Synchronized swimming should not be in the Olympics. I was a b-boy for 25 years. I taught a b-boy class for 12. I took capoeira for 7 years. Neither one of those are in the Olympics either, and they are actual contact or something that requires a physical presence and a body, not a sport. Go play your video. It's a game. It's a video game. That's it.
Boom. There you go. John Turner dropping it on there. All right. Within 30 seconds as well. And for me, again, I've had this debate a bunch of different times, and I can break it down as simple as this. Chess. Here's a team. You have a competition. You're not athletes. You're not playing a sport. You do win money. There are winners and losers. Not everybody that competes and wins money or trophies is playing a sport. if you want to run for office and stuff like that, you can get paid for that. You win an office, but are you an athlete? Are you playing sports? No, you're a politician. You know, some other these other things, concerts, they pack arenas too as well, sell tickets, make money, but they are not competing with one another as well. I understand that, but if you look at the Olympic Games too as well, it's listed as Olympic Games. Now, are they Olympic sports? Some of them are, but it's about games and competition, and not every competition is a sport. So that's my point on that whole thing. So I'm going to award John Turner again. I think he's going to be sweeping this thing. Boom, boom, boom. I think we called it earlier on that he might rule in this game. So, so that's my point of it. You guys might not agree with that or not. Anybody in the comments section, definitely let us know too what you think. But again, Rocket League, they have esports. I understand where they're trying to come through with making that. And yes, there are competitive teams for colleges, but there's competitive debate teams, the competitive chess teams, things like that. Chess isn't a sport, but they do competitions, tournaments, and things like that. So that's the way I look at it. I don't know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me, or are you still stuck on what you guys think?
My feet are in cement.
Standing firm. Oh, there you go. All right. So that was it there. So my final question for you guys. All right. This one's just a quick one that I think is kind of debatable with some people because they have phobias. And I'm just going to put it out there. Clowns, are they scary or are they just hilarious? What do you guys think? All right, here we go. We're going to go to Gaz on this one here. Gaz, what do you think about clowns? Are you scared of these guys or you think they're actually funny?
I feel like you picked me because you saw fear come across my face.
Here, let me give you 30 seconds. I'm giving you 45 seconds. You always do a 10-second runoff.
I just need to add my preamble. I guess they're okay. They're pretty funny looking people. I mean, but Jigsaw's not a great example. And that guy who I'm blanking on in that movie, whatever his name is. Yeah, those are clearly scary. I guess clowns are still funny. They're not stand-up comedians. I wouldn't want to hang out with a clown. I wouldn't want to call my friends and tell them to buy different shoes. Mm-hmm. I'll go with clowns are still funnier than scary, except those two examples. And then whatever else that other horse is called, the clown, whatever he is.
Yeah. Who knows? But there you go. All right, there's Gaz on clowns. He's obviously not afraid of them. Let's go with John Turner next. How about John Turner? Let's go. John, bring him up there. 30 seconds, John.
The best example I can come up with is Sideshow Bob from The Simpsons. Every time I see a clown or a guy doing a clown show, birthday party, whatever it is, I just picture some guy with 2 or 3 felons on his record. He can't find work doing anything else, making balloon animals, shooting water pistols, teasing little children, stuff like that. Hey, dunk me in the water at the carnival fair. He's a traveling circus. I don't trust him any further than I can throw him. Clowns are no good, guys.
Oh, boom. There you go. He's just hating on the clowns there, but he's not afraid of them at all. He just thinks they're dirtbag losers who can't find a job. So I should have put that as part of it. Maybe just multiple choice. Are they dirtbag losers who cannot find a job? Are they scary? Are they hilarious? Or really, are they, for me even too, the question could be debatable as, are they outdated? Like, who really gets a clown right now? For now, clowns are like, they're like a step under magicians. Like, people would rather have a magician come to a kid's party than a clown at this point. Magicians can do more with balloon animals, I think, at this point too, as well. So who knows? Maybe they're just outdated altogether. But let's go to Steve and see what he has to say about clowns. I think
time for your pointless point. And John actually kind of took my answer.
Your side job. Isn't that your side job? You're a clown too.
Clowns are kind of worthless. I always go back to Shakes the Clown by Bobcat Goldthwait. I look at that just alcoholic aspect of that, or that's what I consider a clown. Or Baskets, a TV show Baskets involving clowns. Yeah, they're kind of worthless. They're kind of sad. I feel bad for those. And you know what? Don't even get me started on mimes, because if we go about mimes, screw 30 seconds. I need 30 minutes. So that's my take on it. Clowns, I'm sorry. I guess they're good for 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, but they're not good for me.
There you go. And he has an extra 3 seconds. Whoever thought that would happen with Stephen Murray here? We're given 30 seconds to explain a point. Unbelievable.
I think I started early, though. I think I started a little bit early.
Shakes the Clown, the Citizen. Siskel and Ebert once called Shakes the Clown the Citizen Kane of drunk clown movies.
Yeah. It's
absolutely. There we are. So divvy up the points here too. It is a tie between Gaz and Steve in this one, so I'm gonna just side with.
Give it to Steve. He mentioned
Steve.
Shakes the Clown and
Steve.
Bobcat Goldthwait. I would concede on that.
Why did I even thinking about it? Because he actually had like what is it, like actual points to bring up and like examples. You know what I'm saying? I know Gaz he just, it's kind of like, well, you kind of did what I thought you might do. You're like, well, you've got this and you've got that, and all around, then you absolutely just said nothing. You know,
the buzzer went off, and I immediately regretted the Shakes the Clown reference. I'm like, oh, I should have went with Shakes the Clown. Somebody better mention. Then he said it. I'm like, oh no.
Yes, and it's funny is Arizona. I moved to Arizona for about almost a year, right? And right outside of Tucson, there's a little diner, Bubbles Diner, I think it was called. This woman is obsessed with clowns. All right, she has them hanging from the ceiling, all different sizes,
live
all
clowns or dead clowns,
all around the place. At the tables with you, it is clowns everywhere. It is somebody with that clown phobia's nightmare. They're gonna leave just crawled up in a ball at that place. But they had great food. But I remember clowns too as well when I was a kid, and they were entertaining. But when my aunt dressed up as a clown when I was very young, that did happen to frighten me. And ever since, I think those times, since the 80s with it, there has been that stigma about clowns. And it carried on to where you had John Wayne Gacy, the murderer, that dressed up as a clown part-time. So I think that really damaged the look for clowns altogether, to where it's strange that there might even be a profession still for clowns. So altogether, again, I think they might be even losing their hilariousness, not being even relative at this point. I learned how to do balloon animals myself too, so I can entertain children just as well, and I don't need to wear dumb clothes. And I already have shoes that are probably about the same size of clown shoes at this point too. Size 14.
Humble brag.
So I'm there. So, all right. So there you go. There's our 4 different questions. We didn't have Joe tonight with us here, but I enjoyed having you guys here. Ended up being a shorter show, but I know you guys got to get to some stuff, and I'm going to award John Turner as the winner.
Winners don't use drugs.
There you go. There he is again, John Turner. So
you come at the king, you best not miss John Turner.
Yeah, absolutely. So what happens now with the winner? The winner gets to promote whatever it is they want to do, a charity, whatever. I know, John, I'm just going to promote your group real quick, though. He has a Facebook group called Football World Discussion Group, and it's an amazing group. It has thousands and thousands of members. Anything NFL, but college, high school, everything is all here at this group. So, John, go ahead. You've got some time. Tell everybody about what you want to promote.
First of all, I love your show that you and Joe do, and you guys do a fantastic job. Your format is great. You're very organized. I enjoy watching your show every time I catch it. There's another show out there that I'm going to mention. A guy named Jake Patel that I met online. He is in Australia, and he's probably the only Australian guy that you're ever going to find that's talking about football in the land down under. And he just recently got picked up by a network in Australia who's going to cover all of his shows and podcasts and written material on their platform. So his name is Jake Patel. His show is called the Jake Patel Football Experience. He's very good at what he does. He also covers a lot of Australian rules football on another show with his brother. And if you've never listened to Australian humor, everything from the dialect to the slang they use is just absolutely hilarious. So I figured he was worth a shout out. And one more thing I'll promote: if you're not watching a show called For All Mankind on Apple Plus, you're missing out.
There you go. I saw you promoting that show. And again, I'm just cheap as hell, so I barely have any of the streaming services. But maybe if I get a chance, maybe if I hack a Fire Stick or something like that, I'll be able to check it out sometime.
Hey, that's what I do. I have Cinema HD, and you can pirate it for free on Cinema HD's app through the Fire Stick.
Boom. You're just promoting everything. I love it, John. You're all over it, all over the dial. And Jacob Patel, I've watched a couple of his shows that he does too as well. Very informative, entertaining. He's had our man Mike Tackett together on his show with him too as well. We all know Mike and love Mike too as well. Very knowledgeable guy. So definitely, there you go. John Turner is the winner of tonight's show. I have been ignoring the chat out there. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the box so much, but Paul Maddie's in with us in the house, and he says Playa Linda Beach. What's up, Playa Linda Beach? Which I make fun with Paul Maddie now, because Playa Linda, isn't that like Linda Beach? So isn't it Beach Linda Beach? when you actually say that in Spanish. So it's kind of a weird name for a place. But he says, watch the Devil's Rejects. He says, hi, John Turner as well. And Doink the Clown. He remembers Doink the Clown too as well. And then he says, Bueller. And last second here, he says, I can win any one-on-one lineman drill versus any other football group admin. There you go. So there you go. He's got it out there. He's laying out the lines. Maybe next time when we do this show, we're going to have Paul Matty on too as well. I've invited him to some other stuff, so that might be a whole lot of fun. But that's it for our show tonight. I really appreciate you guys joining us as well. And we'll look forward to the next one.
Thank you.